Welcome back to my campaign playthrough of the Scarlet Keys, playing all 10 scenarios as part of the Mythos Busters Playalong campaign event. So, these are the two decks I was using last time. I did the upgrades last time, and we are going to move on to the next scenario. So, of course, Scarlet Keys is known for its super cool map thing, where you get to travel the world, basically spending time as you go in order to check out different places, find scenarios, play scenarios, read some interludes, all that good stuff. So I'm going to be doing a very specific route that's already planned out because reaching all 10 scenarios is very tricky unless you know exactly where you're going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in London, like always, and I'm going to go to Venice. All that going to locations with a green dot does not take time as long as you don't stop there. So we're going to go to Venice, then we're going to travel up to Moscow. And that will be our first location. So Moscow is 26G. Where is the campaign guide? Oh, I didn't even clean up after last time. My bad about that. We can just do that real quick right now. Playing these scenarios back to back to save some time. Delete these. Right, and we really should have 5 starting money, right? 10 for Finn. I guess we get to distribute it as we wish, right? It's pretty good. That. Sorry about that. But let's get to more interesting things like Moscow, which is 20-something G, 26G. Thinking that maybe I could just move this up to here. All right, 26G. So at Moscow, we follow a set of instructions to, we walk to a foundation base at Moscow, and we have a few options. We give a bit of a report, though nothing's really happened, so I don't know about that. And then we get to choose either that we'd like to get around faster, we'd like some supplies, or we'd like some intel on subject number 21I. You can only choose that last one if you haven't yet been to Havana. In this case, we're going to say I'd like to get around faster, so the lead investigator adds 1 copy of Expedited Ticket to their deck. So Expedited Ticket is in the Globetrotting set. Here it is. So we're going to add 1 of these to our deck. So Finn will just go ahead and take that. I should have my key as well. I accidentally deleted it, didn't I? I should be able to just make it using this card thing, right? Does it have the keys? No, it does not. Shame. Well, we should just be able to reload this box real quick and then get it from there. So we shall reload Scarlet Keys. And go into here. I'll try to be more careful in the future with my keys. Set aside. And Eye of Ravens. Good. We will keep this with us for Finn. Right, so we've gone to Moscow. Next, we are going to travel down to Constantinople. Or Istanbul. So that. I need to be marking time as I go as well. So that was 1 time to go there and then 1 time to go down there. So that's 2 time we have spent. And we're in Constantinople, 21F. So at Constantinople, we meet up with EC Sahin. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Shahen EJ. I don't know. EC Sahin. That's how I say it. I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry. We meet up with her, and she is basically a academic in the field of antiquity and art history, and she has reached out to the foundation because although she is a member of the Red Coterie, she wishes to work with us. We reveal our key to her, and she says, you've obtained 1 of these rare, special objects. And she says that there is another key, which is hidden somewhere in the city that she wants help finding, called the Twisted Antiprism. So we have a few choices. We can either say, all right, we'll find it and place it in your care, or all right, we'll find it and place it in your care, but you're lying, or we will track down this talisman, but we will be taking it into our custody. So you can basically either ally with her truthfully, you can ally with her untruthfully, or you can say, we'll just do it ourselves. We don't really need your help. So we are going to be going with intro number 4. We will track down this talisman. We will be taking it into our custody. So she's pretty disappointed with that. But she says that at least we didn't try to backstab her or something. Uh, Eventually, she kind of ushers us out of her office and tells us, wishes us luck in finding the artifact, even though we're not doing it with her. So she's pretty nice about it. Record that the cell rejected EC's offer, and we will be looking for it ourselves. So this scenario is probably one of the community favorites for Scarlet Keys, I would say, if I had to guess. I think it's pretty fun. I don't have to add any tokens for that or anything, so that's nice. But yeah, let's give a try to Dealings in the Dark. Dealings in the Dark does have a lot going on, but at its heart, it's actually relatively straightforward, I'd say. Basically, it's a clue race where we're trying to get clues faster than the cultists can get clues in the race to track down the Twisted Antiprism. So we start at Hagia Sophia. I need to load my decks, though. Should have picked up my upgrades automatically. I always have mod caching off because I play a lot of custom stuff that changes. Okay, so we should have some upgraded lockpicks. Yep. All right, so it looks like our deck is upgraded. We'll shuffle these. Start at Hagia Sophia. When does Embezzled Treasure trigger? I don't really remember. Do I have to do it right now before I draw opening hands? Begins the next scenario of the campaign with additional resource. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say let's just make Nathaniel mega rich, just in case he draws Greed and Boxing Gloves right away. All right, so let's continue doing the setup for this. Check how much time has passed. If 10 or fewer time has passed, no changes are made. Well, I think we're only at 4 times, so we should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. Should be good. 4 time here. I'll check I have a spreadsheet to keep track to make sure I'm not losing time anywhere. It looks correct to me. Yep, 4 time. Check the campaign log. We refused her offer, so she gets removed from the play instead of starting under one of our controls. So that's too bad. One at a time, each investigator discards cards on top of the deck until they discard a cultist, then we draw it, resolving its concealed keyword. So during this scenario, basically when Doom is placed on a cultist, it gets flipped to their clue side, and then if they ever have more than 3 clues on them, we move one of those clues down here onto this story card, where it can't be dealt with anymore. If you hunt down one of the cultists and defeat them, we can remove those clues that they've gotten so far, but once it gets transferred to the story card, it's basically stuck there forever. The number of clues possessed by the cult is equal to the total number of clues on cultist enemies in play, plus the number of clues on clues unveiled below. So it's actually a race here. According to Miss Sahin, the talisman has been hidden somewhere in the city for many hundreds of years. You must not let it fall into the cult's hands. Objective is to find the talisman before the cult does. If either the cult or investigators at any location possess the requisite number of clues as a group, advance. So do not spend clues when you advance as well, which is something that people miss a lot. This one. So basically, we need to collect 8 clues before the cultists collect 8 clues. We've got Agenda 1A. The cult operating in Istanbul is secretive and deadly, with eyes everywhere and ears in every dark corner of the city. Each non-weakness cultist enemy gains concealed 1, so that basically means the acolytes and wizards of the order and those sort of things also would spawn in the shadows and would create decoys. After you evade a cultist enemy, return to the shadows and resolve its concealed keyword. Take control of 1 clue on it. This is, I would say, generally a trap. You don't want to use this most of the time, but it's an option. And this is the only agenda, actually, so the fact that it's 4 Doom long probably tells you something about how it operates. So, I still need to discard cards from the top until I get 2 cultists. The goal here is to get acolytes and not actually scary cards. Well, this is not a good one, so we'll take one of those. Come on. Okay, so I would say this is a pretty average setup. 1 acolyte and 1 sinister aspirant. So the sinister aspirants get a doom every turn. Of course, the doom becomes clues, and the acolyte just starts with 1. It doesn't get any more. So we're going to have to hunt this guy down pretty quickly. So we would have 2 decoys, 1 acolyte card, and 1 sinister aspirant card for A, sinister aspirant A. And shuffle those up and distribute them around the city. We can place one here, and then the other one we can go one here, and I think I'd just like to keep it all kind of together if I can. So we'll go like this, keep it clumped if we can. I have to go check the rules of concealed. I'm pretty sure that's legal. Uh, Concealed X, all right. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely fine to do it this way. I have to do it as evenly as possible for each enemy, not for all concealed cards. Sorry about that. So let's see. The token effects are not bad, not great. The cultist is the tablet's a little rough, isn't it? Place a clue on your location, and if you fail, put a doom on the nearest cultist. Not great, but we will deal with it. So start with these. I'm not seeing anything here that I want, so let's toss all that. Try again. That's better. This is a little more like it. Not amazing still, but decent. Oh man, I take it back. Nathaniel's got the best hand ever. So the question is, how much of this stuff do we really want? Counterpunch seems reasonable to take out. Let's just keep Counterpunch to take out the Sinister Aspirant. Oh man, this is a heck of a hand. Let's use as much as this as we can before we lose it all to Amnesia. Throw out these things really fast, and then just start exposing, and then knock out one of these guys quick. Seems pretty promising to me. How much damage does this guy do? One horror? Not too bad. Alright, this looks pretty good then. When an enemy is exposed, it just spawns that location, right? It doesn't have to be on the person who actually did the exposing. Place it at the minicard's location. Yep. Alright. So let's have Nathaniel go ahead and just get his stuff in play. That's pretty sick. We'll take one fight against one of these things. I didn't even check the shroud. Hagia Sophia gets +3 shroud for each study token on it. Place 2 clues on Sophia on Hagia Sophia from the token pool. Place 1 resource on it as a study token. So basically, you can generate extra clues, but it gets harder each time to actually get those clues. So let's take a basic attack against one of these. We're a lot, right? We're basically like this. Nice. So this acolyte comes down and is exposed, and he will get a hit on us, but that is okay. I could counterpunch him, but I think I'll just take him out next turn. All right, Finn's turn. Let's put out. We could damning testimony some extra clues using this, right? We put like Milan now, and then we move up. Let's investigate. We're up by 3. That should be good. Yep. So we can grab one clue here, and we can trigger Milan, and then we can put out our testimony. All right, so that's the end of my turn. So we take a damage here, and we go to upkeep. Upkeep. At the end of the enemy phase, this guy gets a doom, which becomes a clue. We place a doom, draw a counter. So either each enemy in the shadows attacks me, or we lose an action. We can take the one horror here, though I find that this scenario tends to deal a pretty reasonable amount of damage in horror, so it's worth being wary of taking too much extra damage in horror, because these decks are not particularly good at soaking. So if I just walk up here, I can walk here and do a damning testimony to snag one of the ones back here as well, so that seems pretty good to me. I'm actually going to go down. I could go down or I could go up. We'll go up for now. Let's go up here. Oof, that's difficult. Test willpower or intellect 6. If you succeed, take control of one clue on clues unveiled. So that's the story card. Right now there are no clues, but this is one way you can snag one back. Of course, only one success per game. Ooh, this is a hard spot to investigate. So that's not good. I was hoping it'd be pretty easy. I think we can still give it a try though. If we like commit this Dr. Milan, we're up by 2. You failed, place one of your clues. Let's draw a card first. Didn't help. Alright, I'm feeling lucky. Nice. So we get one clue from here, trigger Milan for money, and we get one clue from here. We spend one of our evidence. All right, well, I got a little lucky on that one, but don't complain, right? So that's pretty hard. I could move up and ping it off with my acolyte. Or sorry, I can move up, punch the acolyte, and take it with greed. I feel like I need to expose this first, though, in case it's... I don't want to have to come back around for it. So let's try to expose that card. Okay, that's good. I just said that I should try not to take extra damage in horror, but it's so efficient. I can't help myself. I'm gonna walk up here and take the hit, and then we'll just punch. So you are defeated, and I can trigger Greet for a clue. And I can search the top 9 cards for something that hopefully deals extra damage. I think Monster Slayer is what I want here because that will one-shot the Sinister Aspirant. That's the end of my turn. So then Finn goes to upkeep. I guess he could have done an evade, but it's alright. We don't need to. Alright, put a Doom. That Doom goes fast, doesn't it? Oh, this guy has another clue. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist. So we put 1 here, and then 1 gets put on the story card because it's in excess of 3. Okay, then this locks. There's nowhere with any clues, so we can just lock over there. Nothing happens. Very nice. So Finn could go do some exposes with disguise, but I guess he's better suited to just investigating, and Nathaniel is more than capable of handling this himself. So let's just have Nathaniel do some exposes. Wow, we got a little unlucky on this guy, but I mean, it's not likely to be a big issue. Let's take another fight. Okay, so this has to be him. And then we should just be able to do Monster Slayer. So we are 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 versus 2, everything but auto fail. Nice, and that deals 3 damage. 2 by itself, and then 1 for Nathaniel. So this guy is defeated. I can trigger my boxing gloves to search the top 9 cards again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Could grab Glory and just immediately draw more, but I think I don't want it too bad. I want to be a little careful about grabbing too many of my events because if I draw Amnesia, I lose them all. We'll take clean them out for now. All right, that's the end of Nathaniel's turn. Finn can walk on down to Galata. Spend 3 resources, parlay, expose a concealed mini card at any location. I tell you, man, these are some tough shrouds. I think I need to draw my lockpick sooner or later, so I'll just draw a card here. Nice. Good thing we played that ahead of time then. So then we go to upkeep and upkeep. Mythos, this advances. Alright. The daylight dims, and you strain your eyes to examine why. A strange black shape has begun to crawl its way over the outline of the sun. An eclipse, whatever this cold is up to, you better stop it soon. So, in player order, each investigator must choose either place a clue on Clues Unveiled or search the encounter deck and discard for a cultist and draw it. I'm just going to put 2 clues. I feel like I can win the race pretty easily. Shuffle the encounter deck, so our deck was searched. For each eclipse that was on its agenda when advanced, an investigator must resolve the above at conditional time. It's agenda over, adding 1 eclipse to it. So basically, next time it flips, we'll have to do 3 clues or some combination of 3 clues and enemies spawned. I generally just put the clues because I feel like racing is way easier than actually, trying to hunt everyone down, but we'll see if I end up regretting that. Alright, we get an Acolyte for Finn, so we will spawn it in the shadows with 1 clue on it. One of these, and 1 of the Acolyte cards. It's distributed like this, of course. Another Sinister Aspirant, so the same setup basically as before. Let's find him. Basically the same thing here. But we're making progress in any case. These should be shuffled together. These should be shuffled together. All right, Nathaniel can go first and take some punches, so let's try to do an expose. What do we got here? Decoy. Let's go again. Nice. Pull out the big guy. Pull out the big guy. We can take we can do a clean him out on him. We could he's gonna get one hit on us, but that should be fine. Let's just clean him out. That deals 2 damage. Okay, and then Finn's turn. Still really need to draw my lockpicks. If this had the upgrade, it'd be pretty good because I could use it to. Oh, it does have the upgrade. Great. So this is you can exhaust it and choose an enemy at any location. Investigate your location. If you succeed, you may spend 1 evidence to discover an additional clue at the enemy's chosen location, but that's optional. I can also just use this as a +2 to investigate. So I'm 7 versus 4 for a clue. So that's great, and I get a card even for that. Awesome. And that was pretty nice. I should get in money. I don't think I took it with Milan. I passed by a lot, so I may... Is this an item? You know, it's shocking that this is not an item. I guess it's not really an item, but it looks like an item, doesn't it? We could kick the Hornet's Nest. That feels a little risky, because Nathaniel's busy. So probably not that, now that I think about it. We could do an Expose. We hit a Cultist. What do? We just have to evade it, I think, or take a hit for a turn. Let's draw 1 card. That's really nice. Let's do an Expose with our bonus evade action. We're only up by 1, so I guess it's likelier to hurt us than it is to help us. Unless I commit some stuff to it, so maybe not. I feel like I should do it anyway, though. I'm up by 1, that's alright. I could investigate, maybe, with some cards. I mean, I'm just 5 versus 3, so I could put 1 icon in, it'd be pretty good. Let's just do calculator risk. Then I want this though. We could use this now and then just play lockpicks for cheap. With I'll take that, right? We pass by a lot, so but I feel like I already exhausted all my stuff, so maybe it's better off to do that next turn. Let's take a free evade. Well, that was a little bold of me. Fine, fine. You got me, game, this time. I can draw a card, I'll have to discard a card. That's okay. Let's take a card. Nice. Alright, so then we go to upkeep. Or sorry, enemy phase first. So this guy hits for a horror. We can play counterpunch. He's dead. Trigger our boxing gloves. Search the top 9 for a spirit event. Fine. We'll take 1 too. We do upkeep. We have to discard a card on Finn. Which is fine, I'm sure. Don't need Lucky Sig Case, that's for sure. Go to Doom. Didn't make much progress that turn, but that's alright. Nuclear take 2 damage. How am I feeling about just spending the clue? I think I'm feeling okay about it. But I'm not really feeling okay about it. Let's just take the damage this time. And well, we're getting through all 3 of these early. I guess the deck cycle's pretty quick, huh? How's all this stuff in the discard? Was I supposed to reshuffle it back at the start? I didn't do that. There's no way there's really supposed to be that much there, right? Yeah, I was supposed to shuffle the other ones back. So we drew these ones. This is what we drew, and then these should be in the deck still. That explains why there were so many enemies. Whoops, my bad on that. You get one of these, so this is in play. Like I want to save my 1-2 punch because I feel like there's big enemies eventually. Nathaniel's gonna run out of gas in this scenario, isn't he? Unless he'll get through his whole deck eventually, I suppose, but definitely burning through the events, so I should try to be careful if I can. Alright. Nathaniel can go and just do some exposes. I think. Maybe Finn can go first, because he can expose on his last action, maybe. Let's just play our lockpicks out. Nice and slow. Let's investigate with them. Okay. Lame. Let's try again. Alright, we'll take a clue. So I was not up by that much. I get a money from Milan, though. Could try and expose with the thing. I mean, it's likely to just backfire. We all know this. I'm not up by very much. But I still feel like I want to do it in my heart. Wow. See by 2 or more, which I totally do. Get a clue at my location, right? That was 5 versus 3. 6 versus 3. Get a clue here. And I get an expose. Sure. And I get a card for cigarette case. Well, that was a big win. Sometimes it's worth taking risks, right? Right. Nathaniel's turn. Oh, we can spend money to do exposes anyway. That's interesting. I have to think about that, because Nathaniel's kind of rich right now. Let's do an expose on the enemy here. Do an expose on the enemy here. Okay, so they're both down here. Walk down here. We'll just take care of them both next turn. We can go to upkeep now. Don't discard my hand. Very good. Doom. You get a clue. Draw on a counter. We are getting some Doom acceleration, I suppose, but alright. Alright, find the nearest cultist, place 1 Doom on it, and test. Agility X for X is that enemy's evade value. If you fail, take 2 damage. So I'm testing my agility. Finn could assist, maybe. Testing agility 2, so it feels like I should try to pass because it is a lot of damage and the test is not unreasonably hard. Bolus is not very good in this scenario, so we may as well toss that. And then I think Finn is not going to need this anymore. He's basically set up, so we can go up by 2 like that. So we're throwing counterpunch. Probably not. Luck. Take 2 damage. That's pretty bad. Maybe I should have just thrown the counterpunch in on that, huh? Oh, hard to tell. We still can draw our signature. That'll heal some at some point. But we got to be careful about this. We're starting to get beat up a little bit. Let's go for... Daniel should be able to handle this, right? Let's go for an expose. Nice. Acolyte. Weak sauce. Let's punch the Acolyte. Yep, so he's dead. I can search my deck. I want to. Do I even want to? Monster Slayer is pretty good, right? Because what I can do is I can spend 3 money now to expose the other card using the ability here. I can just Monster Slayer him. It's great. I get an event for my discard pile back to my hand. Can't choose Monster Slayer because that was... Oh, I can. There's another one in there. Couldn't choose the one I just used because it was still in limbo, but I can take another one. Well, that's pretty good. I don't want to... I don't want to glory because I'm going to discard a bunch of stuff to Amnesia. Amnesia feels pretty bad for Nathaniel Cho in this pool, right? Because I don't have that many different spirit events to fight with to begin with, and if I lose a bunch of them, it's kind of tight. But I went pretty well for Nathaniel in any case. Let's head on down here. If you fail a skill test here, move one of your clues to the nearest cultist. Well, if there are no cultists, it's not much of an issue, is it? Go ahead and lockpicks this. Nice. Let's grab a clue and a card and a money from Milan. Does this immediately happen as soon? Yeah, so it immediately advances us as soon as I do this. So I may as well just... I think it's fine if I just go ahead and do it, right? Up by 2. Let's just use this go up by 3. Okay. I would normally get an extra clue, but I don't get it. Too bad. Still pretty good, though. And we immediately have to advance with our clues. So far, so good. You discover what you believe to be the talisman's resting place and scramble to find the key before your adversaries find you. But to your surprise, inside is only an ancient manuscript. Alright, so resolve the concealed keyword on each non-weakness in play. Okay, shuffle the encounter discard deck and put the set-aside Umbral Harbinger and Emissary from Yugoth into there. Oh man, all the Inspirants come back. It's not great. Proceed to Act 2 setup in the campaign guide. Alright. Sleeps the current locations aside, out of play without discarding any cards or tokens of those locations. Those locations are not considered to be unplayable. Enter play at a later time. So we're going to have some tight board here, but I'm just going to condense it down a lot like this, I think. So that basically looks like that. Shuffle the 7 Grand Bazaars and remove one from the game at random. Reveal a RAM token from the bag, then find the matching layout and put all the locations into play. Move each investigator to the Grand Bazaar marked as the entrance. All right. So reveal a random token from the Chaos bag. -1 token. So that gives us this setup here in the middle left. So basically we go 1 and then 2 down, and 1 and then 2 up. Oh, no, I did it wrong. It's like that. And this is the east gate, and this is the entrance. So we start the entrance. And they're basically connected orthogonally. So I'm not going to do anything special to mark them. All right, you're now ready to proceed to Act 2. According to the manuscript, the talisman was discovered somewhat recently by a third party and brought to the Grand Bazaar as a valuable item to be sold. You can't let that happen. So find the talisman before the cult does. If either the cult or investigators at the location designated as the East Gate possess the requisite number of clues as a group, advance. So we must acquire 16 clues now. We're at 8. I should have kept my clues. Whoops, sorry about that. I think it was like this. I said at the beginning that people make that mistake, and then I did it too. But we're halfway there. We need another 8 from these bizarre locations. So that's the end of our turn anyway. So there's nothing left to do but go to upkeep. Not amnesia. Every turn I'm like, don't draw amnesia, right? I wonder if we want to just replace Greet. Probably not right now. I think it's worth keeping in hand, because if I draw Randall, I can play him, heal, and then just play Greet on top of him. Safeguard feels like I really want to get into play eventually as well. So I think Breach the Door is not going to be necessary here. It probably is. Get over here is not very good. Let's get rid of that. Alright, place a Doom. So I'm just going to put 3 more clues here and add another Eclipse. We draw encounters. Surges, because there's nothing in the shadows. Alright. So I literally can't put, so I just take 2 damage to horror. Wow, that's tough. Because there's no choice. There's no enemies in the shadows. I'll have to try to leave somebody in the shadows in the future for this thing. That's tough. Alright, no more than 1 concealed minicard can be exposed by an investigator each round. Not an issue because there are none. Finn's a little low on health now. We gotta watch out. It'd be really lame to get comboed out if he draws another Light Out of Void. I guess I would kill Milan at that point and try to find some extra soak in my deck. There's another Milan, I suppose, but not good. Alright, well, we can start by doing some investigates here with Finn, that's for sure. So I am a 9 versus 3. That's good. I get a card for that as well. Trigger Milan for money. Let's investigate. I could bring a enemy into play with this. We could kick the Hornet's Nest right now. Let's just... Nah, we'll save it for later. Let's just investigate. Yep. Another clue. And we'll just move on to the next location. I guess I should have had Nathaniel go first so we could have safeguarded, but that's alright. After you expose a decoy at this location, move 1 clue from this location to the nearest cultist enemy. No problem. There are none. So Nathaniel will play safeguard. Should have done that before, but whatever. We'll move over here. Finn still is going to draw his weakness eventually, so there's no point in giving him too much more money. I could draw a card, but it might be a weakness. I could investigate. I could just, let's just stand together. It's not like it does much good, but it doesn't hurt either. So let's just do that. Upkeep and upkeep. Mythos. This should be back down to 1. Surge, take 1 damage and gain surge. Really? Spend a clue for sure this time. Thank you. I might just leave this guy in the shadows because I think all these effects are like beating me up for not having the choice to do other stuff. I'm like this. Keep it central. I'm gonna say this is gone as well. Actually, I think I'm over my hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, most definitely. They're all pretty good, aren't they? Daniel's got it under control, I think. I really want both sneak attacks. I'm worried Nathaniel's going to run out of gas once he draws the amnesia, so let's not take any risks there. Nathaniel could expose this and just kill it. That's not great. I think Finn can go first and do the expose. If it's the cultist, then that's pretty great. So we can use damning testimony to grab both these clues. I was thinking of doing something like this actually. I think I'm just going to try that. Of course. Whenever you have cool ideas, the game says, please don't. You can still do something similar though. I'm going to use this just to get does exhaust? Doesn't even exhaust. Nice. 6 versus 3. Okay. This goes away. Why did I do that? It would have gotten one of the clues. Well, that would have been bad. Well, it worked out. I got lucky. But that was not great play on my end. I can spawn on Nathaniel, then Finn can just use his damning testimony to search this. It's worth 2 clues. We're up by 4. Nice. So we can spend evidence to get 1 clue at our location from the normal investigate, and then 1 from testimony. And we can trigger this for a money. Pretty sure I could have triggered this for a card, I just didn't see it earlier. Daniel could, let's just punch. Dead. I could search, I don't want to. I'm gonna not search. I don't want to draw anything, huh? Pretty suspicious, but it's okay. Could we split up? I think we could. Finn could like walk down here and Nathaniel could go over here. I was wondering if I could like breach the door here, but it's not very good at this spot. Everything spawns in the shadows, right? Like everything. The Umbral Harbinger doesn't, but Finn can handle it, so I'm just gonna keep running off. Nice, so we can probably breach the door and try to grab those. Alright, so that's the end of our turns, so we go to upkeep. Nice. The Doom, drawing a counter, what you got? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. I guess I should leave the cultists in play. I was like, it's not gonna happen. That's kind of BS, but okay. So there's so many ways that I just instantly die now. So I feel like I need to draw right away from Milan, the second Milan. I already used it. I don't have anything else. Well, there's so many ways Finny can instantly die now. Kind of ridiculous when you take 4 and 4 without any way to avoid it. Yep. Well, I guess we're racing. I mean, what can you do, man? What can you do? There's so much testless damage. There's no more other ones here, but there's like still like one other testless thing. I gotta leave a cultist in play now from now on to block it. Finn can kicking the Hornet's Nest for a cultist and we can leave it in play. I should have just left the Acolyte there. I just really felt the compulsion to expose it. Now we're in trouble. This is nothing. All right. Take a damage. When you would move out of this location, test agility 3. Failing, you must either lose an action or cancel the effects of the move. All right. I kind of want to kick the Hornet's Nest here, but it feels risky at the same time, doesn't it? If we get over here in the worst case. No, so I definitely shouldn't do that. It's just bad. Not doing it might get me killed too, so who knows what the option is. We'll just investigate a few times. None of these deal damage in horror. We're up by 3. Clue, we're up by 3. Another clue. I can at least get to the point where I can spend all my clues and give Nathaniel the anti-prism. Even if Finn gets killed, at least Nathaniel might be able to escape. That's what I'm thinking right now. Let's reach the door. 5. Oh, we're gonna get a chance to add some soon, at least. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 versus 1. I don't know, that feels pretty good to me. But we really need to get all the way down. 9 versus 1. Good. So the shroud here is reduced to 0, basically. And we'll investigate. Yep, and we'll investigate again. 2 clues for us. So we go to upkeep. The Mythos. Don't screw me. Okay, that's good. That's helpful. I'm just gonna leave you. You can stay there for the rest of the game. You can keep recurring clues, do whatever you want. I don't mind. Oh yeah, we're gonna take some horror. Put a doom on him. I don't care. You can have all the clues you want. That's willpower 3. I could just let it kill Greet and then replace Greet. I mean, that seems pretty reasonable. Oh, I pass anyway. I got a +1, so I get back something. I think Monster Slayer is pretty good. I don't know, that seems solid to me. So we just need, how many more clues? How many clues do we have here? Let's just group all these. 12. We need one more clue, so we can move, grab the last clue in advance. We need to be at the east gate, right? Yeah, we gotta get there. So 1, 2, snag a clue, and then move to the east gate next turn. Definitely move twice with Finn. When we leave, we have to test our agility. Test our agility. If we fail, it costs an extra action. Well, we're probably gonna fail. This is useless. Up by 2. Nice. 1, 2. Let's just lockpicks that. I kind of forgot that they were harder to expose there, but it hasn't likely to matter. Nathaniel is so strong. I think we'll just walk down here and clear off seeing shadows. Nothing better to do. Go upkeep, upkeep. Yep, good. Mythos. And they can have 4 more clues, I think, because they're only on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're on 10 now. Give me some victory points. We're gonna drop a bunch of our clues. That's not good, but at least the shroud here is pretty low. We should try to pass this. I don't want to kick the Hornet's Nest, so that gets us to 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, we drop 4 clues anyway. That's what I thought was going to happen. I feel like that always happens on this one. Such a swingy card with the autofail. Okay. Gives us something to fight. It's kind of the goal. I think this is still good for us. Alright, so we definitely have Nathaniel go first, and he tries to hunt this down, because Finn's got to sit here and pick up all these clues again. So we just try to punch this thing out. It's a 4. We're way more than that. Well, that was fortunate. So he spawns here. Then we can just mess him up. 9. That's 2 damage. We go again. We get back a card. We're getting a little lucky on these Elder Signs, but I'll take it. Counterpunch is a solid card, I suppose. And that's a victory point for us. We can trigger Greet to give us a clue here, which we will do. This guy's in the victory display, so that's great. An extra point. Then Nathaniel has 1 action remaining. We know these are both decoys, so I may as well go. I guess there's no point in knocking them out, right? If we know they're both decoys already. Can we get combat out and lose in any way? I think so. It's still possible. So we want to be a little careful here. We could try to grab a clue with Glory. That seems reasonable. Let's search this and just see if we can find Glory so we can use that more times as well. Let's just try to grab a clue with Glory and... How good is Finn at getting clues? He can get 1 pretty easily, but maybe not both. So this is... If we fail, we drop a clue, so that's pretty poor. Do I really need all this stuff? I'm holding the second Greet in case I need to replace my current Greet, but it's unclear if that's going to happen or not. Let's be up by 3. Alright, nice. Even Nathaniel can investigate sometimes. Alright, Finn will investigate. Cool. And let's try again. There's not that many terrors here, apparently. Nice. We can get a card for that, and we will. Let's head off over to the East Gate. Oh man, this is going to take a while to obtain all these clues for the victory, which we are definitely going to do. Alright, so we go to Upkeep and Upkeep. Mythos. Well, that kills me, so we'll each lose an action. When it's dealt damage, place 1 Doom on the cultist enemy nearest to it. Well, at least he is going to be worth some nice points. Doesn't really matter how many clues they have at the end, right? As long as we have more. So how many do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, they have a lot. They have 10, 11, 12. I definitely need to advance this turn. That's like a sure thing. This guy's going to get a lot of extra clues when I kill this, but what can you do? I'm definitely going to kill it. That has to be the way to go. Let's 1-2 punch. Oh man, that's my whole turn. I can't even finish it this turn. So then the encounter deck has lots of ways to screw us, right? We can move and take the hit and then spend and then punch him to death. We can't quite finish him, right? Finn might have to assist. Finn could poke 1 on, surely. We tried really hard. Like engage evade or something. So I think that's the way to go. I think we have to advance right now. So let's just let this kill Greet. And let's spend our clues to get the advancement going. All right, attach the key to any investigator at the East Gate. Okay, so we grab the Twisted Anti-Prism for Nathaniel, because he's healthier and more likely to survive to carry it to the end. Reveal each mini card in play, and then put him in play. Yep, so this guy's here. He loses his clues, though. put the location from Act 1 back into play, put Galata, I don't know, lock play, and that the cult reached it first, which they didn't. They get to do some stuff. We lose all our clues, flip this thing over, remove all the clues from it. So let's put the docks into play. Connected to that, the chase becomes both the act and agenda. So we can get rid of these and just have the chase. I believe the doom goes away as well. Alright, each non-weakness enemy gains Hunter, Prey, Investigate with the Twisted Anti-Prism. If the Anti-Prism is attached to that enemy, it instead gains Patrol, Gala to Docks. When one or more Doom would be placed on an enemy, it instead moves and attacks as if we're the enemy phase without exhausting. After a non-weakness enemy attacks, basically they walk towards you and try to take the Anti-Prism. And if you kill them, you can take it back. And every time they get Doom, they get extra movements towards you. They all hunt towards you now. But yeah. Oh man, when I punch this guy out, this guy's going to walk over and smack Nathaniel and take the key. But that's okay. We can trigger it first. Look at the top 3 cards of our deck and draw one. Save it for later, actually. Once we draw Amnesia, we'll want that. But when it tries to punch us, we can counter-punch it right away. That's going to be good. Alright, we're going to 1-2 this, though. 5, so we're 7. I don't know, it's a lot. Okay, so that's 2 damage on him. So they place a Doom on the nearest cultist, which makes the cultist immediately move. Then we go again. There's another 2. That gives the Doom to the cultist, who immediately moves and attacks, I think. So it moves and attacks me. I take 1. He grabs this. He's engaged with me. When he attacks, I will counterpunch. He's killed, and I grab it back. I took out the last cultist, though, so Finn's exposed again. But yeah, that's my turn. This guy's from Yugoth, huh? Interesting. Foreshadowing, maybe? Alright, so then it's Finn's turn. We're just gonna engage, evade. We gotta grab these clues somehow, huh? We could, I really would love to trigger my damning testimony to grab 2 clues, but I think it's not gonna work. So let's not risk it. Engage. I guess if we fail, if we fail the evade, we're totally screwed, right? We have 1 agility icon here somewhere. Yep. Alright. Not auto fail. Good. So you're evaded. Let's just kill it. Let's just be done with it, right? It's for the best. Ah, but I could grab 2 clues. Okay, we're ready on Nathaniel. Nathaniel can just punch it out, right? It should be fine. Alright, I've got to do it. Let's do damning testimony. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 clues. Gotta get those victories at all costs, always. So then we go to upkeep. Okay, readies. Keep. We can embezzle some treasure maybe if we don't die. Don't kill me. Spend a clear, take 2 damage. Maybe I was just very skillfully playing around that card, which I forgot was in there. Alright, search for a cultist and draw it. Anything weak here? Take something from the discard pile maybe, because I think acolytes are pretty generous draws, so I'd rather draw an acolyte now. Then it gets an immediately attacks me, doesn't it? Hmm. I'm not liking all these free attacks on me, but what can you do? So he would get a Doom and immediately make an attack, and take the key back. We'll get out Greet though, that'll assist with this whole mess. Alright, so I think that Nathaniel can just kill Greet. We don't have enough money, do we? Damn. That's tough. I really wanted to get Greet, but we can kill, move at least, start getting out of here. What is this? Oh, that's there. And Finn assist? Could Finn try to kill one of these? He could engage and kill that one. Finn definitely needs to grab the last clue, and then... I mean, he could play this and take a shot, but if he misses, it's pretty rough. I feel like we can engage, evade, sneak attack. I'm gonna get embezzled treasure out too, though. I think we should be okay on time here. So let's just have Nathaniel go first and try to take out this guy. 5, 6, 7, 7, 3. Okay, so you're a victory point. We got both victory points. That's nice. Both the victory points on enemies anyway. We can search for an event. I think we're getting a little low on stuff, so we may as well try. Get over here seems promising. If a cultist spawns, takes the key, starts running, we can get over here to pull it back. Let's take a punch on this thing. It's dead. I take my key back. I could move to get out of here, but if Finn's gonna move, then I'll get a safeguard move anyway, so I may as well take a money, I think. Alright, Finn, let's try a lockpicks. So we are 8 versus 5. 8. I'd like to get one more in there somewhere. Sure, we're not gonna need this, right? Cool, that's a victory for us. Let's move and bring Nathaniel with us with safeguard. Then let's play out this embezzled treasure. Move 2 over to it. Alright, so let me go to upkeep. Upkeep. That's pretty good. So we're basically not gonna die, I think. Finn still could. Okay. Oh my god, that is a lot. Phew. Okay, well, I'm spooked, but Randall Cho should help. Could just evade it. I feel like we need to kill this. Monster Slayer takes it out. If it misses, it kills Finn, of course, but we can engage. We can play Randall, engage Monster Slayer, and then Finn can move us once away. I feel like that has to be the plan. We can get over here. It doesn't really help. Let's play Randall and heal 3. Let's just engage this guy. Let's Monster Slayer him. He's dead. I could trigger this if I want, but I don't really want to. I'm going to draw all my weaknesses in a minute. So then on Finn's turn, he'll move and pull Nathaniel 1. Embezzle some treasure. I don't really want to do much else. I feel like I'm pretty happy here. Let's put out this gun just in case it matters someday. Could draw a card. Nothing in there hurts me that bad. So let's draw a card. Okay, that's the end of the turn. So we go upkeep, upkeep. Slowly walking out of here. Probably I should go a little faster. You do this until you get 2 different cultists. Are you serious? Oh, the Acolyte was supposed to spawn in an empty location, wasn't it? Not directly on me. Ah, well, whatever. Any empty location. Let's put it far away. Far, far away. You spawn here, and then you can hunt once towards me. Second one of these guys. Any empty location, he'll also hunt towards us. At the end of the Mythos phase, place of Doom, so I don't want... I think I like them far away. I think here is fine. He'll hunt once towards us, then we can punch him out. Maybe just really, maybe behind us is best. We could just run away from him. Yeah, let's do that. So then we draw our encounters. Are there mysterious chantings in here? We got rid of both of them, so we should be okay. Place one Doom on the nearest to you. Put a Doom on. Okay, so he will get to punch Nathaniel once, but that's okay. We test willpower 4. We fail, we take some horror. Nothing I can do about that, really. Put a guts in though. Maybe we'll get lucky. Down by 1. This is not going to be useful anywhere. We're even. We're even. Wow, we passed. Oh no, it's 3. So we fail. So we take 2 horror. Another one of these guys. And then this guy moves, hunts, and steals the key. This guy, he got to move when he got to Doom. He put here and he got 1 move. Okay. But he has Hunter as well, so they'll start coming for us too. Well, Finn can take out the Wizard of the Order, engage, evade. Then Finn has the key. That's not really what I want. Nathaniel could just bolus this guy. This guy, do we have a solution? We don't actually have a solution for him, so maybe he's the bolus target. Then we just punch this one out with get over here. We're definitely gonna need to actually search this in a minute. The bolus on this, we are not that good. Bolus on that's way easier. Finn needs to assist, right? We definitely need Finn to help out. Engage. Well, these sinister aspirants, the big issue here. He's the troublemaker. Finn could shoot him out with the Derringer, probably. I just don't want to miss and hit Nathaniel, so I think that's what we do. I think we go here, we engage, we go for some shots. Okay, sure. He takes 2 damage for that. Let's do it again. So that worked out alright there. Nathaniel will just bolus him. He's the easiest one to bolus. I think that's the way to... we'll just kill him. I want to be able to play Greet, though. They're both expensive. I'm not going to get a better bolus than this. Nice. So he's evaded, and when he's evaded, I also take the key. And let's try to get out of here. Alright, so then we go upkeep. Keep. Little tricky, isn't it? This guy engages and engages Finn. Oh man, if I draw a Doom on him, oh, it doesn't work because this guy gets to attack me, right? Okay, let's take that back because that just kills Finn. That was obviously bad. I forgot that he would get an attack. Is it Hunter only or just Hunter? It's Hunter, so yeah, definitely not that. We would have just kept this. We would use this. We knew it passed, so he'd be dead. Instead, could have triggered this. I guess we will. There's nothing left. This is all we got. Alright, then we draw encounters. What do I do on it? Then test fade value. If you fail, take 2 damage. Well, no auto fail. Good. X. Okay, he moves towards me. Gauges. Don't put Doom on him, please. Oh my god, these guys, there's so many of them. Oh man, what do we do against this crap, man? Dang, that's bad. We can punch him out, it's just so slow. So slow. Need this move. We could engage that and just we can end this turn, right? Nathaniel can get all the way. It's just how greedy am I for the victory point there. I feel like I'm very greedy. But I can get out for sure if I just do it. I feel like I should just get out, right? Like it's not I'm gonna get killed if I stick around any longer. So let's be smart. So Finn will evade this. Needs to pass, otherwise the whole plan falls apart. We have disguise though. It's good. Okay, so you're evaded. And we just move. We engage that off of him so he can run to the end. Could stick around. No, this kills Finn. I do it like this, unless I end this turn. So I'm not gonna. These 3 matching skill icons. We're good. So we're gonna move. And we're not gonna get the victory here. That's okay. We have no time at all. Let's get out while we still can. So, if an investigator with Swiss Danish prison but the dock team, we proceed to R1. Very good. R1 it is. Once you and EC are safely out of the city, well, that's a mistake, isn't it? because it says you and EC, but she's not even here. Once you and EC are safely out of the city, you seal the talisman back in its case, speaking the proper words to contain its power. As you do, the uncanny eclipse looming over the city comes to a swift end. All right, check campaign log. We refuse her offer, R2. You take a moment to look out over the sea and appreciate the beauty and the gentle waves glimmering with the reflection of the now shining sun. As you leave Istanbul behind, you allow yourself a bit of hope. Perhaps you could have trusted EC more, but you shake your head, filled with a grim resolve. No, this relic is something you must protect yourself. Someone else might use it for ill. At least in your hands, you know it's safe. All right, mark 2, time in the log. And you may embark. And we get to keep the anti-prism. Who wants it? I think it's good for Finn, good for Nathaniel, because after we get amnesia, we can use it to look for a fighting event. It's also generally good because how it works is to unshift it, you have to place a doom on an asset you control or an encounter card at your location. So oftentimes you can place a doom on an enemy and then just kill that enemy in order to basically get rid of that doom, right? So it's just like a free flip. So it's really good for fighters. We'll definitely keep it on Nathaniel. Then we get our victory points. So I think there's one here. Here, was there any in the bazaar? There's one on the bazaar, I think I saw. 2 in the bazaar. Awesome. I know there's sometimes you get more or less on the bazaar depending on. Oops, I was going to check what the other bazaar card was, but I think there's 2 in there. Sometimes there's more or less, but this time there's just 2. EVP I missed? Nope. So we get 6 points. That's pretty solid for Scarlet Keys standards. Nathaniel is living large right now. And that's it for that. So let's clean this up. And we'll do deck upgrades. That was definitely a trickier one. I think it showed that my decks are generally lacking in soak, which I kind of expected, to be honest, considering Finn is a little bit fragile. It really wasn't that bad. I think Finn got screwed. I mean, you take 4 and 4 Teslas damage on any investigator. It's likely to mess you up, right? How much do we have on here? I think it was 8. 8 starting money again? 4 starting money, I suppose. Bezel Treasure is secretly a really strong card. Doesn't seem that it doesn't seem that good when you look at it, but then it is just really good. Got some use out of the Derringer, that's nice. Of course, the upgrade's way better, so we will have to get that sooner or later. Down like this, go down like that, and we're good to go. No traumas, no nothing, just some XP and a new key. Overall, a success despite looking quite grim at points. Let's go ahead and pull up decks and do our editing. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna forget, if I don't write it down, I'm gonna forget who has what. Or I'll like accidentally delete it. I think I probably already did that. Did I already delete it by mistake? Nope, we still got our keys, good. I know I have Hunter's Armor in here. I feel like it's probably Protective Runes, Durable, Hollowed, lightweight or something. Probably not lightweight. Extrinker, Enchanted. I mean, just be like a Mega Soak card. Nathaniel's ability doesn't work with that, right? It's only a event or a fight event. Or a fight to... Yeah. So we have 8 on Nathaniel. I mean, that's a lot. Definitely boxing gloves. So then we have 5 more to go. We could start the Hunter's Armor thing. Where are we going next? I think I'm going to want Hunter's Armor eventually. Mono a mono, maybe. Mono a mono is pretty good. I think I need this eventually just because I need the extra damage. Let's drop these 2 in here. Yeah, of course we have to buy one of the upgrades first to be allowed to do that. We could just dump all of the rest of our XP into here. Just make it like a mega thing. I think Protective Runes is a big one. Man, I don't want to spend all these experience points, but I think I need it. Let's just go hollowed for now. I really want to be able to protect Finn with it too, though. It's kind of crummy like this, but maybe we'll just start with that for now. It's not very good value, but it still is extra soak for anybody, and then later I can get it better. I really want the mono and monos, but I guess it's better to just get this going right away. It becomes so good. So if we do this, I don't really care about enchanted that much. I think it's fine if it takes my body slot. I don't need both copies. Let's just put it like this for now. And then we have a few XP left. I guess we're okay on fighting events. It's a little suspicious sometimes, but it'll have to do. It leaves us with 1 XP remaining on this guy. 3 and yep. And that's fine for now. Oh, too many cards? Oh yeah, I gotta get rid of 2 cards for that, don't I? That's not good. I've been honestly avoiding playing Glory because I don't want to draw my weaknesses, so maybe Glory is not very good here. I feel like Bolas is not amazing in general. I just kind of put it for fun to try it out, but I don't really have great ways to make it land. I do want to just, I kind of like trying the Scarlet Keys cards though. I don't think it's going to ever be very good here. Let's just ditch that. Reach the Door has been very good. We'll do that. And then for Finn, we've got 7 points. His soak, he has soak problems, right? So maybe we do just need more allies in there. Damning Testimony is pretty good like this. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to be adding more things to it. I think it might be done where it is. Market, that's like obvious. Trigger Man seems reasonable. We could do like 1 Trigger Man, 1 Charisma. So Trigger Man doesn't really soak that much though, does he? He doesn't. I don't really know if we're that rich either for Trigger Man. It's not like that crazy. I definitely thought about, like, I know you can just run Lonnie. I've just been avoiding Lonnie. We could just get Leo DeLuca. Fuck Fergus. We don't have the cards for it. Cat Burglar. I feel like Cat Burglar's an option, that's for sure. He's never that amazing, but maybe he's the way to go here. It's kind of, it's a shame because it feels like his action's sort of extraneous, right? It feels like Finn's already. Hmm. But he does give decent soak, even though he costs a lot. I really want to run Trigger Man, so we're gonna give Trigger Man a shot. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I remember when the leak of Scarlet Keys first came out, Trigger Man was translated as we had like a Chinese leak and we translated as man who pulls the trigger, and that's just such a cooler name than Trigger Man. I'm just saying. Such a cool name. We could just dive straight into Underworld Market and just be like, yep, we're gonna do the Underworld Market stuff. Definitely seems good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've already got 10 elicits for that. I get to refill a bunch of my deck, but I don't know what I would even want to put in it. Let's just try Trigger Man. Let's just try Trigger Man Charisma. I just want to try Trigger Man. Any of these seem Not that good. Kicking the hornet's nest is kind of whatever, you know? So I'm not actually that good at evading. Calculated risk. Let's get rid of disguise for now and we'll add it back. I think it's going to be good the next scenario or two. Let's take this out and we'll add it back later. Turns out we haven't had need for it. So we'll try like this. All right, well, that's the end of this video. So far, so good, I think, you know, clearing through it. Next time, we will go play another scenario, get some more XP, do some more traveling, hopefully. Not too much traveling next time. Continue on our route. 8 scenarios to go. All right, thanks, everyone. Have a good one.